Hello friends, my name is Willow and welcome back to the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. It's been a minute since I've played this game, but I was really into the story and was very excited to start meeting the rest of the Coven. So let's go ahead and jump right in and try and finish this game within a couple of episodes. What am I up to? Oh, dispel a card. I don't really need to recover energy, do I? Let's see. We've got one person waiting for us, but I want to build another card. I haven't designed a new card in a minute. Let's see. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Cosmic Wheel I didn't make. But let's go ahead and try something cool. Let's see, I've got hella air energy. I haven't used the Moonstone Temple yet, so let's see. Oh. I want to keep everything in a cohesive color palette, though. Avian Dancer. That's fun. Okay. Then... Ooh, either wings, I want that. Okay. We'll do that. Finished. Ooh, the Holy Dance. Okay, the Moonstone Temple is a gateway to illumination. The dancer rises the spirits, a gift of joy. The sprite's exotic motions are fuel for the lascivious. I have no idea what that means. The Ether Wings elevates the arcana for everyone to see. So support, success, justice, happiness, temptation. Okay. Cool. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and call in our guest. Dear Fortuna, you wanted to see us, right? I'd love to get together before the race starts. Let me know when it's a good time, and I'll pick up Dahlia and come over to your place. Your friend Jasmine. My friends. I did love these girls. Hello. Thanks for coming. It's been centuries since we got the three of us together. I don't know why we didn't do this, right away. What's up, witches? And you bet, magic life can get so chaotic sometimes that we just forget to enjoy it. Yeah, makes me so happy to see the two of you together. Tell me about some adventures I missed, yeah. I took Jasmine hunting once. What, really? Oh my, she did. And never again, I tell you. Jasmine really would make a fine demon hunter. That sand dweller didn't stand a chance. Jasmine planted some magical seeds into the dudes, and in a matter of minutes, boom! Big fucking vine emerged out of the white sand, strangling the demon. It was horrible. I only had to slice that fucker's throat. The stench of blood, I don't know how you do it, Dahlia. Then she spent the whole evening building a grave for the worm. It was beautiful though, wasn't it? I would have loved to have been there. I missed you so much. Me too. My first order of business will be to ban fucking exile so we can all go adventures again. Are you nervous about the elections? You can't imagine. I'm cool, more excited than anything. On the one hand, I'm not worried because whoever wins in the end, the Coven's gonna be well looked after. On the other hand, I want what's best for the Coven, and I truly believe my program is the safest bet. Just to be clear, I do think you'd make for a lovely leader, but playing it safe is the death of progress, Jasmine. But aren't we all well already? We just need to iron out Adato's more abusive politics and put some love into the community. That's because the status quo benefits you. Think about all the novices and all the witches who don't fit into that orderly vision, myself included. My plan is not to start a revolution, but to level the playing field. It's not fair that power is held by the eldest. Novices need to be guided, though. Think about when we had just ascended. We weren't in any shape to be making important decisions. I don't know about that. Age has its own setbacks. What do you think, Fortuna? Well, about that. I guess it's time I make my stance clear. I am running for leader myself. What? Oh my, but Aren't you exiled? Patrice is going to help me run for the campaign. In fact, it was her who practically forced me into this venture. Okay, and what's your deal? I'm not really sure yet. We still have to define our program. But my sister is dead set on having my divination at the helm of the new government. That'd be quite the asset, all right. Have you really thought this through? I doubt a criminal has much of a chance at leadership. Whoa, that's a bit strong. I'm not a criminal, Jasmine. Part of the plan of becoming next leader is to eradicate unfair punishments. So you actually wanted to meet us to declare war, huh? Not war, I just thought it would be proper to let you know firsthand. I really think that no matter who wins, the future's bright. Yeah, that's what I like to think. But the stress of competing against you two is, a bit overwhelming. Why don't we use this opportunity to promise that no matter what, we'll still be friends after the race is over? No promises needed. I never had about a doubt about it. Likewise, we'll always be friends. Thank you. I don't know what I would do if I lost you. You won't. I love you. I love you too. I love you 3. Fuck off. Okay, the next few weeks are gonna get pretty busy. I better leave and start preparing my knives. Figuratively speaking, I understand. No, literally. I'm a daggersmith. That's what I do. No need to stab anyone, though. I hope. Okay, you two take care. Okay, see you soon. Take care, both of you. Bye. Thanks for coming. Wow. Who are you? Oh, Patrice. My sister. Fortuna. Everything is set to go. Get your shit in order because it's about to get real. Let me know when you're ready and we'll read the program and campaign plan. Let's set it up, baby. How are you? Ready. Focused. Good. Hold on to that fuel. Did you meet with Dahlia and Jasmine? Yes, I did. How'd they take it? I believe we're fine. All's good. Really? We promised we'd always be friends no matter what. Ugh, so corny. It's gonna be the weirdest political race in the universe. Huh. Maybe all political conflict should be handled with as much love as this one. Well, jury's still out on how well this is gonna go. They're good friends. I'm sure this will all be handled honorably. There's no honor in politics, only victory. Whatever. What now? Okay, allow me to give you a rundown of what's ahead. We have to define a program and a plan. First, we'll analyze our opponents, and I'll interview you to see where we stand on the main issues. Then, we'll sketch and review a program. Once we get something solid, we'll form a team and schedule some campaign actions to get the ball rolling. The date for the election Congress hasn't been decided yet, but we're against a clock as of now. All clear? Yes. Good. First of all, did someone tell you about the 5 pillars of the Coven? You know, judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Do you need me to explain them to you? I know about them. You could skip the explanation. Good. Let's start dissecting our rivals then. Who do you want to start with? Dahlia. Understood. Dahlia's not from Earth. On our home planet, politics have evolved and twisted more than anywhere else in the explored universe. She comes from the demonic desert lands, where matriarchy-based warlordism and chiefsmanship are the primary form of organization, even nowadays. I'm not saying to underestimate her, but we can expect her to not be well prepared to navigate the intricacies of a political campaign. On the other hand, Dahlia's politics seem to be very different from her homeworld's. From what I've gathered, her focus seems to be on collectivizing the Coven's duties and responsibilities, distributing the Coven's power horizontally. Leveling the playing field is practically her slogan. Whoa, how'd you manage to get all that info in so little time? Enjoying the perks of having a journalist sister now, huh? Now focus. Her program is to achieve this. Judgment by referendum. Dahlia argues that in a community this compact, we should have to account for every member's input, regardless of their background or preparation. Enforcement. None whatsoever. She believes in amicable resolution. And should dialogue fail, she wants to leave a matter in the hands of the Arbitrage Office. Her point being that we don't need to police ourselves, we already have the Magical Pact. Forbidden arts. Allow free access to any kind of magic and control them through education, not banning. Mortal affairs. Cut all ties with mortals. Dahlia believes we're too privileged to be messing with people's lives. She thinks we should leave them be and focus on the cosmic and the magical. Witch duties. Magical tax. Have every member of the Coven share a percentage of their magic output to pool resources for the benefit of the clan. And finally, she believes we should scatter Adina's remains so more witches can ascend and our Coven can become more diverse. As you can see, Dahlia is betting on a kind-hearted community that requires goodwill to work. Almost utopic, I would say. What do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? I would say expose her naivety. Faith in goodwill is ridiculous. Good one. The ideal community she wants to paint a picture of isn't reality. We'll focus on conveying that the rest of the coven. Okay, now, let's capitalize on your intimate knowledge about your rival. What would you say is Dahlia's strongest point? I would say her overwhelming charisma. She's just really fucking cool. Yeah. If this were a popularity contest, she'd have the upper hand. I'm sure her campaign will kick off with a lot of momentum. We can't hope to defeat her on any revolutionary grounds. We'll have to play your intelligence and mysticism to get a bite of her cake. Alright, what about her weakness? What is Dahlia's most critical flaw? Making daggers is the least valuable asset. She's impulsive, she's impatient, gets angry. Good if we could provoke her during a debate. The coven is sure to question her ability to rule. We should be on the lookout for opportunities to get her mad during the campaign. Is this really necessary? It's your call, but if we don't exploit your opponent's flaws, it'll make it less likely for you to become the next leader. Politics are ugly, I know. But also, let me tell you, you should expect the same from your rivals. Friends or not, I'm sure they won't be pulling any punches. Be ready. I'm already regretting this. But sure, whatever. I'll handle it. Shall we go over Jasmine now? Sure. Jasmine was born in a small English town during the Industrial Revolution circa 1800. That put her in a cultural sweet spot for amassing the symphonies of the coven. She's a young witch in the eyes of the eldest, medieval and ancient witches, but not so alien as us contemporary witches, with our world wars, TV, internet, and other global lunacies. Jasmine gets along with us, but is also part of the last decent generation according to most conservative witches. Her politics are a liberal revision of Adena's, removing the most tyrannical mechanisms by reducing punishment and responsibilities. That will maintain the status quo, but give more room for individualism and personal enterprise, free from so many duties and fears of failure. Her program to achieve this is: judgment will be performed by a quorum of the 4 eldest wishes, in agreement with the leader. That is the sweetest candy ever programmed for the old lot. Enforcement will work with a system of strikes. She hasn't specified how many yet, but should a witch accumulate enough warnings, she will be expelled from the coven. Way less radical than exile, and the worst case scenario is the freedom to start anew elsewhere. Regarding forbidden arts, she won't change a thing. Anything deemed dangerous by the eldest witches will be banned. Then, for mortal affairs, Jasmine proposes a model of protection and guidance. What is good for humanity? Should we protect them? What should we protect them from? I guess that'll be determined by the quorum of the eldest. And lastly, as for witches' duties, she proposes a policy of no vigilance. Jasmine argues that we should trust every sister will have the coven's interests in mind, and that there's no need to evaluate or impose any duties on any member. And of course, regarding the trending topic, Jasmine wants the coven to devour Adena's corpse, so we will all become more powerful. Take a minute to interiorize Jasmine's program. Sure. Done? Done. Perfect, so tell me now, what do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? Yeah, the plan benefits the powerful and forsakes the novices. Interesting. If we adopt this strategy, we may polarize the coven's opinion. But in the long run, we could gather support of the young and weak, plus the support of the most compassionate elders. May do the trick. Good, good. Now to assess the candidate herself. Let's use your privileged info on Jasmine. What would you say is her strongest point? Her charming mother-like aura. Right. A mother figure could well become the prom queen of this race. Many voters decide based on instinct rather than analysis, and Jasmine's persona promises to be an excellent caretaker for a lot of us. We'll need to expose her ugly sides to distort those motherly attributes. Now to her flaws. What would you say is her weakest point? Her anxiety, she gets stressed easily. Oh, that's really easy to exploit. Good, good. That's a flaw that will trigger almost automatically just by competing for leadership. But we can't push her buttons, so she loses focus and messes up. I feel so bad for doing this. Toughen up, Fortuna. Her advisors will be doing the same about you, no doubt. Plus, these are emergency resources. If we play our cards right, we can hope for a clean victory. Focusing on bringing your best game, and I won't have to push any ugly buttons. Talk about pressure. All right, now for the third candidate. What? There's more? Of course, no one told you. No, who is it? No one thinks she truly poses a threat to Dahlia or Jasmine, but she is a candidate nonetheless. We should study her. I believe this dark horse has a chance of surprising us all. Tell me who it is already, come on. Ooh, Cupressa, the historian witch, the eldest witch in our coven. She precedes even Adena. Cupressa was originally from Earth, but ascended way before humanity even started writing. She has infallible memory. All events get registered inside her tree rings. She's been a really valuable source for the Cosmic Gazette. Cupressa has helped us many times with our articles. The thing is that she always played a secondary role in the coven, just supporting us with her wisdom. But apparently Cupressa isn't a fan of change and isn't happy with the direction Jasmine or Dahlia want to take the coven. So for the first time, she's running for leader. Her program's easy to sum up. She wants to keep things exactly as 𝕤𝕤 left them. Moreover, she advocates for preserving 𝕤𝕤's corpse as some sort of oracle. To keep using her as a channel to consult with the gods and set a direction for the coven. Wow, fuck Cuprisa. Fuck her program in any case. I know Cuprisa personally, and she's very kind and helpful. But yes, no one wants the ghost of 𝕤𝕤 to keep ruling over us. She has very few supporters, all among the eldest, but I wouldn't underestimate her. Cuprisa has this special mystical aura around her. Combined with her vast knowledge, she's sure to impress many voters during the campaign. Depending on how gruesome the race gets, we could scare some of the most conservative witches into switching sides from Jasmine to Cuprisa. I see. Understood. All right, are you ready to start defining our program? Do you want to take a break? Nah, let's get it over with. Let's go! All right. We'll go over every point, assess our options, make some choices, and when we have our first draft, we can review any aspect to iron out the program. It's okay to borrow some ideas you may fancy from your rivals, but try to make a program that's unique enough to be your own. Okay. First point, judgment. Right now, this is where our rivals stand. Jasmine wants to form a quorum of the eldest. Dahlia wants to introduce judgment by referendum. Cuprisa wants to keep 𝕤𝕤's runic judgment. What judgment do you prefer? I'm going to try to come up with a new option. Maybe there's another option to manage this coven. Something fair but effective. What do you have in mind? To have leadership that decides on everything without community's input is problematic, but leaving all executive control in the hands of everyone will produce erratic results. I'm thinking of establishing some sort of ministries to compartmentalize power, appoint experts in every matter to deal with law, exploration, magic development, resource management, culture. Anything really, set up as many ministries as necessary. All ministries will work along with the leader, but they would have the last word in their respective competences, since they would be the ideal person to make informed decisions about each issue. And how will these ministries be appointed? Do these positions rotate? What happens if someone more competent shows up? Is the minister replaced? I mean, it is really interesting on paper, and it'll be quite effective to have dedicated witches on every important matter. This will probably breed many power struggles within the coven, fighting for these positions or even trying to earn the favor of certain ministers. I see. Not that the other options don't have downsides, I'm just pointing out what could go wrong with this idea. I think it's still worth giving it a shot, though, if you like it. If you're at the helm, I'm sure you'll run a tight ship and put together an excellent team, and I'll help you. Yeah, avoiding corruption in this scenario relies on having a capable leader. And you are a capable leader. I think you're ready to deal with any kind of judgment system you decide to go with. So, having said that, what type of judgment do you prefer? I want to go with the ministry system. Gotcha. Now, to law enforcement. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine wants to set up a system of warnings leading to expulsion. Dahlia advocates for amicable agreement supported by the Arbitrage Office. Cuprisa wants to keep exile as punishment. What type of law enforcement do you prefer? I want to try to come up with a new option. I have trouble feeling towards punishment as a method of enforcing law. Keeps law and order through fear, but we can't expect everyone to behave. Is there a way to make punishment constructive? Constructive how? Send bad witches to detention to do some magical studies? Not that, but hey, maybe that'd be an idea. What about community service? Elaborate. Instead of expelling members, or God forbid sending them to exile, we could set up a system of assigning hours of community service depending on the severity of the infraction. Tending other witches' gardens, harvesting magic for the coven, helping the explorers, whatever's needed, really. We could pull that off, yeah. I don't know if it'll look childish or weak in the eyes of some witches, but it'll benefit the community in the long run, definitely. Alright, what type of law enforcement? The community service, thank you. Next is forbidden arts. These are the stances of our competitors. Banning, give free access, try to come up with a new option. There must be some middle ground between banning and free access. Some summoning or spells can save lives. They could even protect us from major evils. There's much to achieve with careful application of some of the forbidden arts, so what about extending permits? Make it so a witch can apply to have access to certain spells or rituals, and if the coven deems the applicant's purposes and aptitude appropriate, allow them to make use. That is an interesting compromise. You know more about forbidden arts than I do, so I'll go with whatever you think is better. Yeah, I think a permit system is solid. Now on to mortal affairs. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine says we should guide them, take care of them. Dahlia proposes cutting all ties. She believes we shouldn't abuse our privilege over them and just let them be. Cuprisa wants to continue exploiting them for our benefit. I want to come up with a new option. What else could we do about our relationship with mortals? I don't know. If you want to propose an alternative for our program, it should be something drastically different. Or just some iteration on our rivals' ideas would be uninspired or derivative. What about this? We reveal the existence of witches to mortals. Whoa, coming out strong. What's your angle? whatever decision we make regarding mortals will be morally gray, since they don't know about us. What I propose here is a simple concept, truth. It'll definitely stir some chaos at the beginning, but in the end, wouldn't it be better if we develop a working relationship and make them aware of our capabilities? Let them ask directly for what they need? It is beautiful, but didn't you pay attention in school? Humanity has a troubling relationship with witches. They burned us for sport. They burned poor, innocent women. What can they really do about the real deal? It's like revealing the existence of lions to a rabbit. They can hide or reject us, but in no way will they be able to hurt us. You're underestimating mortals' drive to destroy things. But sure, that could make our program look strong. We could spin a good angle from it. Prepare to be attacked in any debates, though. What's your stance on mortal affairs? I'm gonna go guidance. Yeah, right? So far, the Coven has been exploiting mortals under Adena's command. Maybe it's time we repay the service to mortal societies have been inadvertently offering us. That's a good angle, although taking care of them entails many responsibilities, as well as needing time and resources. We'll be giving up some of our Coven's momentum to charity. Not that that's necessarily bad, but it's something to bear in mind if we choose this option. Ponder cutting all ties. To be honest, I don't care much about mortals or Earth or whatever other society in this universe. If you think about it, I believe most people would prefer to not have witches meddling in their lives. Yeah, maybe. On the other hand, we would forfeit many valuable resources. Mortals have been a great source of magic power and inspiration for our Coven. However, cutting ties will also cut all the shady practices and wrongdoing some witches have been pushing on mortals. And to some extent, it'll let us focus on our own affairs instead of dealing with petty disputes over humans. What do you think? What's your stance? I say go with guidance. My actual opinion is that it should be up to each individual witch whether she wants to guide or absolutely have nothing to do with them. But no exploitation. Witches' duties. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine advocates for freedom and trust, for believing that every witch will always have the Coven's best interests in mind. Dahlia wants to institute some sort of magic tax, have every witch share some of their magic output for common projects. Capressa wants to keep quarterly controls. What are we going to do about witches' duties? I want to come up with another option. There must be another way to make our Coven stronger without abusing our members and without degrading the spirit of being a community. In all the years you've spent in this Coven, what would you say has helped you bring your A game the most? Demand? Inspiration? Sharing resources? Oh, I know. Mentorship. My mentor, 𝕤𝕚𝕚𝕚, has been a cornerstone in my development as a witch. What do you say we institute a mentorship program? That's a great idea. Right now, one of the most pressing issues within our Coven is the power gap between novices and elders. It'll help tighten the relationship between the generations of witches, too. I like it. But this idea will be way better received among novices than elders. Old witches won't be really getting anything out of this deal, so it'll be a tough sell for the less charitable conservatives. A mentorship is something that requires a lot of time and work, so it'll get in the way of many of the elders' plans. You yourself will be forced to take on some apprentices. Think about what that'll mean for your lifestyle. I see. What are we going to do? Ponder freedom and trust. The Coven's been pretty burdened for centuries now with Adena's abuse of control. I don't know if complete freedom is a wise option, but it is an option that our sisters will welcome with open arms. Should it fail to work for whatever reason, we could always review it in the future. Unless we discover our community is extremely proactive and they pitch in voluntarily, certain will fall behind other Covens in just a few decades. But maybe it's not all about power and competition. And we could turn this into a more independent, laid-back organization. In any case, my analysis is that this will weaken us in the long run, so what are we going to do about it? Magical tax? Let's see. It doesn't require any specific actions to serve the Coven, and it's pretty fair since we'll be asking for a percentage of every witch's magical output, whatever form that takes. No one should be worried about failing controls. You can go on about your existence however you want, provided you contribute to the Coven's magical reserve. It'll be an open door for us to attempt some ambitious projects, since that much energy from many witches will be a tremendous asset to work with. It'll drag down personal development, though. Our sisters are used to having their full magic reserves to invest in their personal enterprises. So in the end, it's a matter of putting collectivism over individualism. Having said that, what are we going to do about it? I'm going to go with mentorship. Finally, we have the issue of what to do with Adena's corpse. These are the stances of our competitors. Consume it. Scatter. Conserve and use it as a consultant. If there's a way to do half and half... No, that's too much. Spit it out. We're brainstorming. What if only the leader gets to eat Adena? All by herself. What if you hoard Adena's power all to yourself, you're saying? Yes. Become sort of a super leader. If it becomes a tradition, whoever's in charge will become more and more powerful with each generation, inheriting all the power of their predecessors. working towards a godlike figure who can safeguard the coven for any evil. That is dangerous. Not a lot of people will agree with this plan, but if you manage to pull it off, you'll become extremely fucking powerful. I don't want to imagine what that would imply for your powers. You'll be able to rewrite reality itself if needed. I'll support you if that's what you want. What do you want to do? Let's... Because I wish it was half and half, like scatter... We eat half of her corpse and scatter the rest, right? But alas, that was not what the option was. Devouring Adina's corpse is tempting. We will all instantly become more powerful and prepared to confront these times of change. Yes. Yes? No witty remarks? Not that I mind welcoming more witches, but becoming more powerful will surely come in handy for my job. Yeah, that's the debate. I will support you no matter what you choose. Just bear in mind that advocating for devouring her will earn us the sympathies of the conservatives and discomfort the novices and vice versa. I say we devour her. We gotta become stronger. Let's review the program as a whole now. Yep, I'm happy with this program. Let's move on. Great, wonderful, fantastic. Now, take a minute to look at our program. Internalize it, believe it, make it yours. You're going to have to defend all of these decisions in front of your rivals and the whole coven. But most importantly, I'm going to need you to sell the concept of it. And for that, we're going to need a slogan. A slogan! Finally something fun! It's been fun all the way for me so far. You're really enjoying yourself behind that haughty pose, huh? You bet. What would you like to make? Oh no, make our coven great again. Take fate into thy hands, stronger together, a real sisterhood. A very happy coven. I'm going to say take fate into thy hands. Because knowing my power is basically dictating what happens, it fits too good. Take fate into thy hands. Ooh, I like this one. Very on point, given the kind of candidate you are. You think? It doesn't say much about our program, but it doesn't matter. It's all about marketing. And who doesn't like the idea of controlling their own fate? The slogan puts the focus on your defining characteristic. No other candidate can aspire to own this slogan. Great job. Haha, thanks. We're almost done. What else? We just need to start campaigning, right? Yes, and for that we need the ultimate, most classical form of propaganda. A poster. What for? It's not like there's any streets in space to plaster with my face. We'll send posters to everyone we know from inside and outside the coven. Try to have them set up in common spaces like temples or cosmic markets. That's not my style at all. That's why I'm here, to do all the nasty marketing you're too self-conscious to do. I just want all this to be over. A few weeks, a couple months at max, and this will be but a memory. You've done 200 years of exile, I'm sure you can endure this. Okay, I give up. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. I was thinking that your new cards have a lot of style. What do you say? Want to compose the poster yourself? Do I have a choice? Not really. You're really talented. Let's just squeeze your artist's juices. Oh, this slays. I want to make my head real big. Yeah. Honestly, kind of sick. Now, do I need... Yes. I think I do need all the way around on the bottom. I mean, low-key, sick as fuck. Finish. What do you think? Very neutral? Oh, you don't like it? No, it's pretty cool. I like it. Should I give it another try? No, it's good. I like it. It's powerful in a very unique way. If anything, it does a great job of capturing your essence. We should send this to a museum once the race is over. Ugh, shut up. Great, we are ready to win this race. Finally. Honestly, I'm really not cut out for this. Yes, you are. Fate provided you with a mean sister to make sure of it. Just my luck. Now, to the unavoidable question. Why don't you draw a card to make sure we win this thing? What? That would be cheating. Is it really? I'm sure the others are going to be using all their skills to get ahead. You just happen to be overpowered, but that's life. I don't know. It doesn't come without its risks, though. There's always a chance I draw a card that doesn't offer any favorable results to us. And once drawn, there's no going back. We could assure our victory, but we could also doom us and make all our efforts futile. Right. Well, you know your deck better than anyone. Our chances of winning through sheer effort are pretty decent, I'd say. But if you want to remove the anxiety from the competition by determining the outcome, I'm in. I don't want to rig it. I say we just do our best. We should at least look for opportunities during the race to use the deck on our rivals. They'll have to agree to ask something of the deck, though. I don't do divination without consent. That's where I draw the line. Okay. I'm trying to come up with ways to seduce them into getting readings. Suit yourself. Reach chapter 6, and I believe there's only 7 chapters, so we will stop here for this episode and do chapter 6 and 7 next time. Alrighty, that was this chapter 5 of Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. We are starting to get into the nitty-gritty of the politics, which I'm very excited for. So it looks like next time we will be getting into sync campaigning, and then probably finally the election with the final episode. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you would like to see the rest of this series. Like the video if you're enjoying it so far. I'm going to keep trying to post semi-regularly, at least twice a week. I have a lot of back queue that I finished editing and will be posting soon. But in the meantime, please take care of yourselves and have a great day. Bye!